Hello, hello, hello. Welcome on in. Grab a seat, grab a tea, get comfy. Fee. Welcome back to Yuki Ball Z. Last time you guys were here, we were watching the entire story of Lobotomy Corporation, the game that you have never played and never heard of by Project Moon. I have gone down a rabbit hole. I am obsessed. I love the dark theming. I love the story. I like watching, I guess, the fall of man, because I feel like that's where we're heading. If you didn't watch part 1, I will put it in the card thing. Please go watch part 1. This is part 2 of I don't know how many parts, because I don't know how far we'll get in 30 minutes, because I have this thing called being a yapper. But yeah, a lot of crazy stuff happened. We're picking up the video when we last left off. Apparently they were using this cognitive juice to turn people into super soldiers or monsters, either way, after this dude kills his waifu. So, boop, boop, boop. We're literally picking back up immediately from that spot. So, grab a seat, grab a tea, get extra comfy. I'm Yuki Boobuki, and the only thing scary about me is how obsessed I am fixing to become, because this is the greatest story of all time. I did not know that we were in peak writing corner.
SCPs, beings or objects with strange properties, with those around them needing to obey their rules or risk immediate death. They are confusing, difficult to manage, and incredibly dangerous. While this is unfortunate for the subject of experimentation, it actually worked out great for 𝑓, who discovered that abnormalities could be harnessed to produce 𝑓, a hyper-potent energy source. So if they had enough, they might be able to create their seed of light. But just when he finally made this breakthrough, shit hit the fan. In fact, the fan was covered in shit. The fan was made of shit. The team broke down. Elijah, wanting to make herself useful, took an unauthorized Cogito injection. This is what we in the business refer to as a silly, goofy move. While dying in horrific agony, she crawled her way to 𝑓 and was like,
"Oh God, it hurts so bad. Please kill me. Please put me down. This is the most suffering I've felt in my entire life."
And 𝑓 responded, "Most suffering in your life so far."
Wait, what the fuck does that—
Anyway, I'm not going to kill you. Your experience is important for our research. Have fun melting from the inside out. Meanwhile, Gabriel—
That's made in abyss. That's made in abyss. Any hoozy papoozies, that's probably the worst thing I've ever heard of my entire life. While you're melting and dying, I'm gonna just use you for research. Thanks. Have fun.
saw the effects of Cogito, and because of his obsessive nature became completely horrified that it may be affecting him in the lab. He was like,
"Yeah, I really don't like the look of that,"
and began to scratch and claw at any exposed skin he had until he eventually found his throat a little too itchy and decided to remove it. Giovanni was barely doing any work at all by this point, so 𝑓 made use of him as well, telling Giovanni that if he took a Cogito injection that it could save Carmen. 𝑓's pants then immediately caught fire because that was a big fat lie. But it was all Giovanni needed to hear, and as he—
I need a moment. This man be eating all the hot chips and lying. This man be like a horrific, brutal, disgusting monster. This man honestly has peaked to be probably like the worst in fiction. What do you mean? What do you mean? What does any of this means? What like at what point do you be like, my scientific research is not worth the lives of this many people's? And in the happy photo, it looked like you guys were friends, that you guys might have liked each other, you guys had hope and dreams. What happened to the original point of making the life thing, the life seed, the life soul restorer? You're just like, if I gotta kill everybody, it's gonna be so worth it. Everybody will be so happy. Like, no! I think you're creating like a despair. It's taken from. It's just all despair.
Dying on the experimentation table, he looked up at 𝑓.
So this is it. I'm just glad to help. You know, as lazy as I was, I really cared about her dream. It might cost me my life, but at least it'll save her. Right, 𝑓?
Lol, said 𝑓. Lamau. Finally, with all the death and horrific experiments going on, Michelle broke. She contacted the head and revealed everything that 𝑓 was doing. The head took this information very well and was very understanding. Just kidding, they sent the human equivalent of a nuclear blast to massacre everyone in the facility. This is 𝑓. 𝑓 is a power scaling tool. She is what is known as an arbiter, singularity-infused agents sent directly from A Corp. I've made this handy diagram for everyone to properly understand the difference in strength. Okay, got it? She slaughters most of the employees and forces Daniel to open the abnormality containment. Daniel goes,
Okay, but I'm going to do it really, really slow so that everyone can escape.
Unfortunately for him, this did nothing. The abnormalities and 𝑓 wiped out literally all the employees anyway, Lisa
The child!
Daniel was a little upset by that, and after being scolded by 𝑓 for being a fucking coward, decided to commit toaster bath. The only person able to even begin to stand up to 𝑓 was Kali, the strongest fixer in the city. The Red Mist going all out was a near unstoppable force, massacring the other agents of the head and cutting down any abnormalities in an effort to protect those left alive. She was a force of nature, an unbreakable blade. Nothing stood a chance against her, her true strength unmatched. Finally, the only one left to kill was 𝑓 herself. And 𝑓 fucking bodied her, removing an arm, an eye, and most of Kali's blood from her body. But right when she was about to finally give in, we had a dramatic flashback.
Not a dramatic flashback.
Are the Arbiters stronger than you, Kali?
Good question. If they're protected by some claws, or the Abno's breached, they might give me a little trouble.
But would you lose?
Nah, I'd win.
With her dying breath, Kali managed to impale 𝑓 into the wall of the facility, mortally wounding her. Kali fell, but she succeeded. The only survivors were 𝑓 and Benjamin. Oh yeah, and Michelle, but once she found out what she caused to happen at the facility, she decided she wanted to roleplay as a tire swing. 𝑓 and Benjamin were able to recover the Arbiter's nearly dead body and extracted all the information they could from her brain, learning how to avoid the watchful.
It can't get worse, can it? Right? Like we've peaked bad. You know, like maybe we're on the mend. Maybe things will get better, right? Like things pick up from here. Maybe. Possible, please. Also, I do find it very ironic that the head is biblically accurate angel, and I am dressed as in my Magica goddess cosplay. So it's a very fitting outfit, I guess, to wear today.
Eye of the head. In this case, the biggest problem was that they needed to become a wing, one of the 26 corporations in the city. Now, there can't be 27 wings because they would run out of letters. I don't know what to tell you, that just makes sense. So in order to make room for themselves, the two began formulating a plan to take down one of the wings. But they would need more resources.
Why is that guy still there though? After
Ian,
all this stuff,
we need something to promise those that work with us. Without something in return, no one is going to want to take our side. And we barely have any assets at the moment, besides Kagito, and we can't be shelling that out. After all, it's supposed to be our corporation's singularity.
Don't worry, Ben 10.
That's not my name.
I've already got this problem solved. I've opened a Patreon.
A what now?
It's a way for people to support the work I do. This video took a ton of effort after all, and it'll probably get demonetized because YouTube does not like the themes that Project Moon puts forward.
Ian, it's a taboo to record in District 14.
I only have a single tier set up because I don't have much to offer right now, but if they decide to join, they'll at least get their name in the credits of every—
yeah, local internet fangirl. I honestly watch all this stuff, right? And I record, edit, do like making videos takes so much effort. It takes a lot of time. Even like you're like, oh, a React video, like this video is an hour long, you know. I already made a 30-minute video out of it. So go support your favorite YouTubers and their hard work. It takes a lot of effort to do these things. It takes a lot of time. And also the amount of editing and probably like cutting these characters out or, whatever the position. I have no idea. My editing is bare minimum. I do nothing.
Every video.
You're going to get us killed!
Any extra support goes to getting better equipment and more resources to create even better videos. So if they're
Yay.
willing to help out, they can find a link in the description below.
Okay, if you're going to keep talking, I'm setting down the Arbiter Brain. It's getting kind of mushy.
I really appreciate everyone for watching, so don't feel like you need to give anything for the show to go on. I won't suddenly disappear because someone didn't donate. We're not the 8 o'clock circus after all.
Ian, that doesn't happen until the next game!
Yeah. Anyway, I think that we should target L-Corp, the energy production corporation. Everyone already hates them because they cause an insane amount of pollution. This was fantastic for them. Since abnormalities generated enkephalin, they could be used to generate energy for the whole city, with no disgusting black smoke to speak of. So, Ian and Benjamin hooked up with this super cool gal named Diaz. She runs a group known as the 𝓟ᓟ�📟, and while she's barely mentioned in the whole series, she's kind of a puppet master who works behind the scenes. We basically have no information on her right now, but she's one of the most powerful driving forces in the whole setting, and we'll hear more about her later. All you need to know for now is that she's very influential. The three of them working together are able to spark the Smoke War, one of the only known wing wars in the entire history of the city. L-Corp was defended by quite a few other corporations such as G-Corp, but Ian had already been making deals behind the scenes, promising profitable contracts with anyone that would help them. This resulted in K, I, and R-Corp all providing private military forces to Ian, and since R-Corp's main export was troops and weaponry, L-Corp eventually fell. Ian finally made his move, setting up the new L-Corp, which he named Lobotomy Corporation. Holy shit, he said the thing! After setting up multiple branch facilities across the city to actually provide power, Ian was once again able to research the Seed of Light. But he had learned a lot from his time in the outskirts. Empathy, compassion, and love for his fellow humans. This time, he would do it the right way.
I don't think so.
Yeah, just kidding. The only thing Ian learned is that humans are weak. If he was going to get this right, he needed someone who wouldn't break like his previous friends. Someone able to operate until the end of time. Able to react to the worst scenarios with cold efficiency, but still able to make changes to the protocol if necessary. So, he went to Benjamin. Hey Ben, I think we need to make an AI.
Ian, listen. I have followed you this entire time, and I'll absolutely continue to do so. I basically see you as a god. I agree with all of your methods, but you have to know that this is insane. Do you remember the AI ethics amendment? If you made an AI, you would be directly breaking one of the taboos of the head. I know we're hiding from them using that old Arbiter Brain, but if they ever found out, you wouldn't be able to escape them again. They would hunt you to the ends of the earth.
I mean, you've committed so many war crimes already.
Everything you have ever worked for. It would be over, not just for us, but for our dream. The world we seek to create would never come to fruition. You would doom us all. Do you really think that gamble is worth it?
The AI ethics amendment can't stop me because I can't read.
Alright, well I'm...
I was waiting for it. I was wondering how long he would let the dude speech for it, but I knew that this was gonna happen. It's that Arthur being like, "That's why I can't stop me because I can't read it."
I'm convinced. Let's get to work.
And so the two of them would scan Carmen's brain and memories into an android body, hoping to create a perfect copy of their lost friend, but with some significant upgrades. The ability to remember everything perfectly, and to perceive the world 100 times slower, allowing for inhuman reaction time. But this new consciousness wasn't quite the same because of those changes. Instead, it was something uncannily close. Ian saw this and was immediately like, "Ew! Ew, what the fuck? Ew! No, ew, this sucks! Ew! This thing is a complete failure. Icky. No, ew.
Father, you programmed me to have emotions so I can better adjust the programs you put me in charge of. Don't forget that I also have perfect recall, so I'll remember your disgust with me forever. Don't you think it may be a bad idea to reject me so aggressively?
Ew. No, I don't care. Take your heavy-handed foreshadowing and shove it up your ass. You'll never be like Carmen. After all, she was perfect and sweet and would never become the main antagonist of the series. Why do I feel like this might come back to haunt me later? This new AI's name was Angela, and as much as Ian despised this thing that looked like his lost body pillow, he knew it could work. He and Benjamin created a script for Angela to follow in order to create the Seed of Light, a perfectly planned series of events that'll lead to the Seed of Light shining over the city for 7 days. But in order for it to work,
7
everything
days.
had to go perfectly. If the slightest thing went wrong, it would be ruined. See, this plan had one major component. In order to create the seed in the first place, it would require immense human suffering. And humans really want to avoid that. So in order to get infinite tries at succeeding, Ian decided to cheat. He contracted T-Corp, whose singularity allows for the storage, stopping, and rewinding of time. With it, Ian set up a loop that lasted 50 days, with Angela being in charge of remembering every loop and guiding everyone through it. If anything went even slightly off script, the loop would reset and Ian would have another chance. But to make this work, he would need even more help. Specifically, he would need someone to overcome their suffering to create the Seed of Light. And who better to do exactly that than his previous friends, since he already knew their insecurities? Just one problem. They're all dead, remember? Well, actually, it wasn't much of a problem at all. Ian saved all of their brains, like a normal person. So he was able to transfer all of them into robotic bodies and suppressed their memories, forming the managers of this facility known as the Sephiroth. Elijah became Malkuth, head of the control team. Gabriel became Yesid, head of the information team. Giovanni became Netzak, head of the security team. Michelle became Had, head of the training team. Lisa and Enoch became Tifereth A and B, heads of the command team. Kali became Gebra, head of the disciplinary team. Daniel became Chesed, head of the welfare team, and as a funny joke, he also resurrected Garion, turning her into Binna, head of the extraction team. But if all his friends would have their memories suppressed and Angela is in charge of restarting the loop, who would manage the whole facility? Well, the answer was easy. It would be Ian himself. But he couldn't do it with his memories intact. They would sway his decisions. So he decided to wipe his own mind. But the process wasn't perfect, especially once he began to interact with his former friends. He was haunted by his own demons. Abel to represent his regret for past decisions, Abram to represent his obsession over Carmen, and Adam to represent his exposure to abnormalities.
This is Kingdom Hearts. I realized that I was watching very silently, very invested in the lore for a second. This is Kingdom Hearts when like Xehanort is like, I'm going to steal a man's body. And then it creates like 57 Xehanort Xemnas and some clones. This is that. This is that to a T. Honestly, so I've heard of Limbus Company. I heard a little bit about it. I've been kind of avoiding it because of the gacha thing. But I love horror. I do. I like messed up stories. I don't know why. I like SCP stuff. And also on the thumbnail of the game description on Steam, there's a magical girl. And as I'm dressed as a magical girl, I would hope that you knew. So I love magical girls. That's all I needed. I was sold, signed, sealed, and delivered. This lore, this story is so good. It's so good that I shut up. And I never do that. It's so good that I'm invested. I will say, unfortunately, this will definitely become 3 parts. But that is still out of respect for y'all's time of not trying to make an hour-long video. Hope you guys are cool with that. But my word, I hope you guys like this. Please tell me that, because I'm recording in advance. Please tell me that you guys liked it so much that I've already played and streamed the game and I'm having a great time. Please tell me, please tell me, please tell me. Let this find the people. Let Lobotomy Corp do good. Let Project Moon soar. Let's go. Come on, gamers. But I'm having a lot of fun. I am. And thank you guys so much for being in here, for watching, for hanging out, for all that stuff. I appreciate you so dearly. But gosh, I hope you like this as much as I do, because I'm becoming obsessed.
It's pretty unclear if these manifestations are physical through mirror technology introduced later in the series, or if it's all in lay head, but it doesn't actually matter. All that's important is that these alternative versions of Ian exist. Once he was mind-wiped, these reflections would act as the final challenge, so it was basically Ian giving himself therapy in a weird roundabout kind of way. Like, Jesus, man, you could have just talked to Benjamin. This new blank Ian would go by X and would act as manager of Lobotomy Corporation and our playable character in the game. With everything in place, Ian hid himself away in the depths of the facility, watching and waiting for the script to complete. He started the 50-day time loop, and the events of Lobotomy Corporation began. Oh, you thought everything up until now was the game? No. None of this actually happens in the game. It's all shown through flashbacks. Everything we just discussed happens before we even press the start button. The game itself is what happens in the actual time loop, which is why you can reload saves and shit like that. Hell, even the art style is explained, with Angela saying that if we actually witnessed everything within the facility, we would go insane. So this cartoony filter is put over everything. Oh yeah, and also it makes the 𝎟ᓼ𓟟 look hot instead of like a Borderlands reference.
Well, of course you won with those cards. Even Steve could have won with those cards. And all he can say is hey-o. Shut the f*** up, Steve!
We control X throughout the time loop, endlessly failing, reloading, and retrying to get everything right, with Angela guiding us along the way. At the start, we get some mysterious letters from a person known as B, telling us not to trust Angela. I'm sure that's fine. As we progress through the loop, more and more of the dormant 𝎟ᓼ📟 begin to awaken, and as they interact with X, Angela, and each other, they slowly begin to regain their memories. This begins to cause issues. The first problem that actively makes itself known is with Tifereth. As said early, Tifereth A and B are Lisa and Enoch. Lisa basically only lives for her brother, but because Enoch had always questioned life and also had been dead for a long time, he didn't handle being in an artificial box and enclosed unknowingly in a time loop very well. This caused him to slowly become unstable, go insane, get crushed in a giant hydraulic press, and have a new copy made over and over again. Oh, also those notes from B stopped? That's kinda weird. Anyway, X will discover more of his background as the 𝎟ᓼ📟 interact with him, slowly learning what exactly is happening. Each 𝎟ᓼ📟 that awakens has more information than the last, and while Malkuth, Yesod, Netzach, and Hod barely have any memories at the start, Tifereth, Geburah, and Chesed have considerably more information to give, and Binna and 𝎟ᓝ𝓏 are pretty much fully aware of what's going on. Wait, who the fuck is 𝎟ᓝ𝓏?
𝎟ᓝ𝓏, that's in your mouth.
Okay, so remember those notes from B? That was Benjamin, who finally realized that the path Ian was going down might be a little fucked up. He recorded some messages for Ian trying to warn him to stop, as well as cautioning that Angela probably isn't a fan of him, so that Ian would still have a chance to go back once the loop had started. Unfortunately for him, Angela caught him in the act and shoved him into a claptrap like the rest of the squad pretty early on, so his warnings went unheard. But plot twist, that was all according to Ian's script. See, it says right there in line 540, Ben gets turned into a box. Unbeknownst to Benjamin, Ian planned on him getting got from the very beginning, since he needed one more brain to complete his plan. Luckily, 𝎟ᓝ𝓏 doesn't actually care, and still is willing to follow Ian to the bitter end.
Pause. Pause. What? What do you mean you don't care? The level of delusion in this world. What do you mean? What do you mean? This is horrible. This is honestly truly horrible. But as for keeping things short, sweet, and simple, which is the opposite of short, sweet, and simple, we still got like 20 minutes left of the video, so I'm gonna break this up into like 3 parts. I yap too much. I'm so sorry. Well, hopefully you guys like the yapping. God bless you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys are enjoying these as much as I really do. I really do. Whenever you're like, I'll make new content, I'll try new things, like your fear is like, will they like it? Will they watch it? Do they want me to play the game? Because I want to play the game. It'd be so awesome. It'll be so cool. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching part 2 of the entire story of Lobotomy Corporation. God bless you guys, and I will see you in the next video, whatever that may be. I'm not sure when this video goes up, but I might still be doing my challenge things. Be sure you like all the shorts, subscribe, comment, hype, all that jazz. Join the Discord and fun stuff. And yeah, bookie boo. Next time.